Road closures. We're following that structure fire in the Bayou St. John area. The fire is at Bayou Bicycles, and Duke Carter is there with more. Duke.
Good morning, Leslie. Yeah, we are here across at Toulouse and Moss, across from the Bayou. As you can see, you have New Orleans police out and about, closing off those streets that April just mentioned. A lot of firefighters on scene trying to, again, knock out the blazes at Bayou Bicycles, just again to try to paint a perspective of where this fire is. If you know where the American Can apartment complex is, off of Orleans, it's 1 block off of there. And again, this is we're at Toulouse and Moss, but the fire is on the other side of the Bayou now. No word yet on what exactly started the fire. No word yet on what time the fire started, but if we get any more information about that, we'll definitely let you know. But as you can see, firefighters are really at this time trying to prevent the flames from spreading to nearby structures. And as you can see, there are a lot of firefighters on scene where we're trying to talk to some runners who are out and about to see if they got a glimpse of what time the fire actually started, to at least maybe get a better picture of what actually is happening here. But again, at this time, all we know is that you have a lot of firefighters on scene trying to knock out these blazes here at Bayou Bicycles, which is across from the Bayou where we are at Toulouse and the Moss. You can see there's many fire trucks out here trying to prevent that fire from spreading to, again, nearby structures. But the fire is really going really strong right now. There's a lot of smoke billowing into the air. They're trying to attack, as in the firefighters, they're trying to attack it from all angles. You have firefighters trying to attack it from up in the air, but they're having a difficult time trying to deal with that because it is a little bit windy out here. Now, if we get any more information about what led to this fire, we'll definitely let you know. But Leslie, as of right now, tell everyone to probably a best bet to avoid this area because, as April just mentioned, they are closing off these streets that we're seeing right now with the naked eye. But I just want to make sure everyone is up to date on what we have. And if we get any more information, we'll definitely let you know. But just again, just to recap, nowhere yet on what exactly started the fire and what time the fire started. But all we do know is that the fire did start at this shop, Bayou Bicycles. Leslie?
Firefighters are trying to put it out from the air. There's helicopters or?
No, they're on ladders right now. They're on ladders and they have like more like, yeah, and so they're trying to attack it from that angle, and that's what we're seeing right now, a lot of smoke billowing into the air. So they're trying to take it out. Oh, wow. You can see like another burst of flames over here from what we're seeing right now, but they're having a difficult time trying to knock out that fire.
I know this is still a very active scene, so you're safely on the other side of the bayou, but can you count at least how many fire trucks you were seeing?
Sure. As of right now with the naked eye, I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And that's just me in the dark just trying to count. That I at least see 9 fire trucks with the naked eye. There could be more on the other side because they're trying to attack it. It looks like it's a huge fire from where we are, from where we're standing, and we're just across from the bayou, so we can only imagine just how big it is if we get closer. But we just see 9. I see 9 fire trucks so far.
Okay, Duke, thank you so very much, and we have team coverage. We want to check in with Katie now, who's on the other side of the bayou from Duke. Katie, what are you seeing?
Hey, Leslie. Yeah, we are here on the other side of the bayou. We want to look at what we can see from here. You can just see how big these flames are. So right now, we can see 2 fire trucks that have those ladders up that are putting water nonstop on this fire. And that really gives you an idea of how big this fire is because you can see the flames are huge. And it doesn't even look like all that water is doing anything. But firefighters are working on this right now. Right now, they're taking a defensive stance. You can see how far back everyone is just because those flames are so huge. It's so hot there at Bayou Bicycle. So as Duke was saying, there are so many fire trucks. This has been burning for at least a half an hour. We've heard about this and we've seen fire trucks coming out here and we're still hearing sirens. We're still seeing fire trucks coming out here because this. So I'm going to count the fire trucks that I can see right now. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4. Those are the ones that are closest to the fire there. And then we also see 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And we can hear sirens, so we're assuming that more are coming. We don't know if anybody was inside of the building. It obviously happened overnight, so you can just see how big these flames are, but it's just mesmerizing, all of the flames coming out of this building, and you can see that water going in, all of the smoke billowing up from this. Obviously, this is a pretty big building, and it looks completely engulfed in flames here, as you can see that fire just coming up and coming up. We talked to a neighbor or someone that was around this area story. He said this fire was massive. He couldn't believe it. He saw so many flames coming out. He said only in the city of New Orleans. Now, obviously, this can happen anywhere at any time. We don't know what caused the fire or how many fire crews are here working on this, but you can just assume that there are so many people out here trying to battle this fire right now. We see a couple of firefighters in and around that area, but again, they're staying pretty far back, and even within the last 5 to 10 minutes, they have knocked this fire down. When we got here originally, there were just it's just such a massive fire. So this is what we're looking at right now. Obviously, fire crews are working to put this fire out. It is going to take them a while because it is so massive. Of course, they are going to be closing off roads, as Duke said. So if you can just avoid this area here at Bayou St. John, that would be best. But we will bring you more information, Leslie, as soon as we get it. As soon as we are able to talk to someone. We just got on scene. We just brought you these live pictures as you're seeing this fire billow out of the Bayou bicycles. Leslie?
Katie, I am not familiar with Bayou bicycles, but this looks like such a wide area. Do we know if the fire has spread to other businesses nearby or residencies?
No, we just got here. I mean, they're keeping us pretty far away from this, obviously, because it is so hot and so big. So we're not exactly sure the extent of this fire. What we're seeing right now is really all that we know. It looks like just one building, but I mean, there's a lot of smoke. There's not really a whole lot of visibility, so it very well could have gone to other businesses. Leslie?
And are there other residents outside just taking in this fire? It's such a terrifying scene.
Yeah, you've got a lot of people out here in shorts and t-shirts and out with their iPhones. We haven't been able to talk to anyone yet because we just got here. We just pulled out our camera. But yeah, there are people that are walking around, and I'm sure the fire crews are going to try to keep them as far back as possible. Of course, if you live around here, stay away, because this is not something that firefighters want anybody else to get hurt as they're trying to come out here, and they're going to try to keep people as far away from this fire as they possibly can. Leslie?
Katie, thanks so much. And I know there's a post office nearby as well. We're going to continue to come back to you on this developing story. Thank you so very much for your reports. And Dave, you mentioned earlier the weather, or the wind conditions, as they continue to try to fight this fire.
Winds aren't too strong right now, which is good news. They're around, say, maybe 8 as much as 15. 15's closer to the eastern part of the city, though.
Okay.
But if we have a tower camera shot from our West Bank showing like a large view, I don't know if in Master Control you can be able to pull that up, but you can kind of see how the smoke goes up and then takes a turn and goes off. So if you're downwind, so kind of off to the east of the city or southeast of mid-city rather, you're probably going to smell the smoke out there, with a big plume of smoke expected across the area clearly for a while, because this fire has not been put out yet, and it may be a while. Plus, once it is, it of course likely be smoldering, so the smoky conditions will persist for a while too. Definitely something we'll be watching here for you throughout the rest of the morning. But if you're off to the east of there, just south of City Park area, so you may smell a little bit there. It's right along Lafitte Greenway, South Jeff Davis Parkway, those areas right along Bayou St. John. Those are the areas we're going to see. Orleans Avenue area. Again, you're probably waking up smelling some smoke. If you're just turning the TV on, this is why. We're going to see all that. And it may work its way on in. I don't want to say as far east as Gentilly, but possibly maybe that far. You might see smoke plume kind of working its way toward that direction there. So again, if you're watching in those areas this morning, you do smell some smoke. That's probably what you're seeing this morning. But right now, we can see what we have weather-wise, though, across the area, kind of show you what we have for you this morning, and we are continuing to watch that for you. We'll continue to do that. I'll give you another update coming up with the weather here in just a little bit.
Dave, thank you so much. In April, we heard Katie and Duke say, if you're near this area at all, don't drive around there, get away. So what are the road closures that we know about at this point?
So the road closures that we know about for sure are on the actual intersection of Toulouse and North Rendon. But other than that, guys, not getting any confirmation as to what specific streets are closed. As I mentioned before, that bicycle shop is on fire on Toulouse and North Rendon. This particular corner is closed, but not getting any word, as I mentioned before, of other streets that may be closed. But honestly, as Duke has said, and Katie. Avoid this area altogether. So anywhere along the bayou, there is a post office that's near there. There's a couple other areas. This is near Bayou Beer Garden. Just try to avoid this area altogether near Jeff Davis and Orleans. That's where this this fire is, the major intersections that you're going to run into, and it runs very close into Canal. So as you can see here, that fire is very, very big, but only getting confirmation of Toulouse and North Rendon being closed in this area, and that is the corner where the fire is taking place right now.
All right, April, thank you so very much. Just to recap, firefighters are on the scene at Bayou Bicycles and the Bayou St. John